Hi, this is Cindy
And Michael.
from Part-Time Permies, and we've been gone a while, so kind of want to explain what we have going on here. It's been really busy and why we haven't really kept up with our videos.
It's definitely spring, early mid-spring, and things are really busy with all of the usual spring activities and transition.
Leave it alone. It's a baby rabbit. And you try to catch it. You didn't know what to do with it. You just put a paw on it. Come here, baby. It's okay. You want to raise rabbits? And that one's a wild one. It is so scared it's just staying in my hands. You okay, baby? I know where I'm gonna put you.
We are waiting for chickens to go broody. We've been waiting for, I guess, a few months now.
Yeah.
Because we do our eggs totally natural through fertilized eggs and chickens sitting on them. So haven't had any go broody. We do have a silky broody right now that's due, I think, next week.
Yep.
This coming week.
Baby silkies are in. Thank you, Mama. I'll give them back, I promise. Yeah.
But we haven't had any of our main flock broody. Don't know why. We had too many boys in there that were causing a lot of trouble, but I don't know if that was it.
Yeah.
And
finally got them separated out.
Yeah, they've been out for a few weeks. We're totally about to run out of chicken, which is bad because we were hoping to have chickens coming along for both eggs and
for meat.
So we're going to be a little behind on that. We'll have to substitute.
Yeah.
So that's chicken project. They're going out in the mobile coop. That's also running behind.
Should be going out soon.
Doing some updates and repairs. Cindy's doing those.
Yep. And then we've been growing and starting a lot of seeds this year. Actually, I've been doing a lot on that. A lot of brassica seeds, peppers, ground cherries, and eggplant started. I still need to start my tomatoes, which it's about time to do that right now. I usually do about 3 weeks before we plant out. And our average day last frost is in about 3 weeks now. So get those started hopefully this week or next week, and then get those in the ground soon after last frost. Lots of little pepper plants, tons of pepper plants. They did really well starting this year. Completely surprised me because we had some seeds that were like 4 years old, 5 years old.
And these are a special pepper.
Yes. So we've been trying to get this pepper plant going again. We had one that was this type. It was a Trinidad pepper plant that we had going for 9 years. We kept it going. Put it in the
it seems like 5, but maybe.
Well, from the apartment.
Yeah.
We had it. It survived 2 moves, and I want to say about 9 years.
Yeah. And
it went from pot. Started off potted plant, then went into the ground in New York, back to the pot in the winter, back and forth, and then came here, and unfortunately lost it here. So we have seeds that we're thinking we weren't going to start, and we ended up with not 50% germination rate. We probably ended up with like 25% germination rate, but I started like 100, tried to start 150 seeds.
These are from, I think, probably 3 years of, or sometimes we only get a few peppers, and so we hold them back. Sometimes we've gotten a few more. They really need a lot of heat and sun. So so some of these have 2 to 3 years old, so it's from a few different batches.
Yeah.
Again, we never know exactly what we're going to get
and they could cross.
Yeah.
They could be crossed, but yeah. So we had that going. Have lots of plants going. Have a lot of stuff starting in outdoors. I'll have a video on the food forest and what we're doing with that outside. I've been exhausted and kind of not feeling well the last couple months, I guess, because, well, there's another thing we found out.
Yep, we're going to have a baby in near the
October.
end of October.
Yeah. So I am now about 14 weeks pregnant, and the first trimester was a little exhausting, and not horribly nauseous, but enough to make it really hard to get much done outside of my regular job. So evening times is usually when I'm editing videos, and evening times is when I've been exhausted. So I'm going to try to pick that back up. It might be a little slower pace than it was before we found out, but we do have a baby coming. End of the first trimester ultrasound. There will be a new member of Part-Time Permies.
Mm-hmm.
And another reason why we're trying to push for more food production, so that we can move towards our 50% of our own food production on site, and a lot of local otherwise.
So our long range goal, of course, is permaculture property, food forest. We've continued to add in bits and pieces. We've added in things we didn't know we were going to add in. We've added in some more fruit and nut trees, and a lot of perennials went in over the last year. That was the big change. We haven't made the big food forest move yet in the front, but we're
working on it.
We're building that. We built every year. You could watch the progression of the garden. From 2 garden sections to 1 unified one. Been broad forking this year. We've been doing a lot of projects. One that's usual to get ahead for spring. My business is growing, so that's been overly busy this winter, more so than I thought, which is good. And then we're heading into full-on high season this week, with markets, outdoor markets opening up, and we're going to push the garden plan, pushing closer to 50% food, pushing some of these other projects, maintaining everything. And I think you'll probably see a lot more, because we do longer instructional videos. It's kind of been the format of a lot of the vlogs. I think you'll probably see shorter sections and updates, and probably more Instagram activity.
Yes. And I've been keeping up on the Instagram pictures, so please check out our Instagram accounts. Part-Time Permies on Instagram as well, all one word. And you can always see pictures. I put foraging items of what's coming up at what time of year.
Local food that we've prepared, mostly dinners, because a lot of times it falls into place, which is the way it should be. Usually, what do I have? What ends up on the table? So that's good. So we've got Instagrams coming out. Little projects. In some ways easier. It's easier for you to digest. It's easier for us to build. But also it's going to be representative of the time and sort of the smaller projects as we come into the late fall and into the winter and things. I think you may see some more instructional videos as we get into some other projects and such. So so there'll be not any big changes for the summer. It's just going to be really busy.
And we'll keep up with our Sunday night live shows. We have done those over the last couple months, kept up on those. So, and someone who likes to join those is going to join us today. Here's Helix. But yeah, so you could, if we are busy during the week, we will give you updates on what's been going on Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our live show. But lots of babies hopefully growing in the chicks. And the chicks next week, human baby in the fall, lots of new plants growing, lots growing outside, and a lot of projects to do. So we will see you with our next video, where we will give you a little tour of what we're doing outside in our food forest. So see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Guys, what are you doing in here? Hanging out with Mama and the babies?